Welcome back, everyone. It is another Sunday prep video. I finally had time to do one again. I know I had done a couple, and then the past couple Sundays, I was not able to get them done. Last Sunday, we were driving home from Tennessee, so things just didn't work out well, and finally, I have the time, and we have a very busy week coming up, so it is time to get this stuff going. So one of the first things that I did was make like a trail mix. I just had an idea and I was like, hey, I'm gonna grab all this random stuff and throw it together. So I grabbed some random cereals. Don't even ask why, I don't know. I was just feeling it in the moment. Granola, and then the other cereal is like a peanut butter chocolate kind of thing. I don't know, it's something from Aldi. And then I add some, let me see, what am I grabbing? I don't even know right now. Hang on, let the video catch up. White chocolate chips. And then I add milk chocolate chips. Milk chocolate chips. Say that 3 times fast. Wow, okay. Milk chocolate chips. And then I add some raisins. Can you guys hear Wilder screaming? I am upstairs and he is downstairs and he is not thrilled about that. So he wanted to come up with me, but I was trying to get a couple minutes by myself to do this voiceover. After the raisins, let's see, what am I adding? Honey roasted peanuts. And then I just shake it all up, and I left it in that mason jar and just put it right in the pantry. And now again, I am making peanut butter balls. When I make these, I think this is the 3rd time maybe, they don't last. So I tried to make more, and I just eyeball everything. I mean, I don't really have a recipe, I don't have measurements, I don't do any of that. I just throw it all in there, whatever I'm feeling in the moment. So there's the coconut oil, and then I add peanut butter and honey, and throw it all into the microwave so it can melt, so it's easier to mix together. Obviously, this is where you can tell that it's melted and I'm mixing it, and it's just so much easier to mix together when everything's all melted. So that's why I throw it in there, and like I said, about 30 seconds does the trick. So then I throw it into my KitchenAid mixer, and I am going to add flaxseed and oats. And again, I just eyeball it. And I had a bag of flaxseed that my sister had given me, if you guys remember, way back 2 months ago maybe when she moved, and that was what I had, and I was like, I'll add a little bit, and then I was like, nah, I'm just gonna go ahead and dump it all in there. So, need to add ground flaxseed to my shopping list. I've been really enjoying using it in these balls. So then I add oats, and I use just the rest of the container. So that was my measurement, was however much I had left in my container. Then just gave that all a big mix, and then when it was done, you put it in the fridge for about 10 minutes so it can chill and harden up some. It's just easier to make the balls that way. So then here I am just forming all the balls, and I do it on the parchment paper, and then when I'm finished I put them in a gallon bag, Ziploc bag, and I do a row of them, and then I put parchment paper between and do the second roll, and then I keep them in the fridge. And then this poor juice. I can't get anybody here to eat it, or to drink it, let alone eat it, but anyway, enough about that. I figured I'd make some popsicles with it because my kids will eat anything in popsicle form. So, but then I was like, oh my gosh, it only made 2 3/4 of one. And I'm like, I wonder if that little stick is even going to reach that liquid in there. Does it? I don't know. I can't tell. Who knows? We'll just have to see, huh? But those got put in the freezer. And then I had bought 2 of these boxes of this pumpkin bread / muffin mix from Aldi on a whim. I can't pass up anything pumpkin. I saw them and I got them. So I figured I might as well make them. So I just used these 2 boxes, nothing fancy, to make 24 pumpkin muffins for the week. Something else that saves me time through the week is trying to look ahead a couple days and pull out any meats that I will need because they are in our deep freezer and they take a while to thaw. So there's a wilder. I got out a London broil, a whole entire chicken, and some Southwest pork chops. Oh, and also that pizza sauce. There's the London broil that I need. And here I am showing you why I need these meals, because I'm going to make that roasted chicken that we missed last week, those Southwest pork chops, and then I'm going to make beef stroganoff, but I realized that I had no beef tips in the freezer when I went to get them out. So I was like, hey, let me figure this out. And I was like, well, we can skip the beef fajitas and I'll just use the London broil to make beef stroganoff. I'll just like cut it up or whatever. And then I'll probably end up making that shake and bake buffalo chicken, and the rest of those meats I don't really need out yet. So I'll get those out later in the week. And there are the pumpkin muffins ready to go for the week. And here I am again making Gary's Creamer, something you will probably see me make every Sunday. So it's just 1 can of sweetened condensed milk, add vanilla as much or as little as you want, and then add milk. And that is in a mason jar. It is a bigger mason jar. I'm not sure the size. I think I've said it before on one of these. I've probably said it 100 times. I don't know, but off the top of my head, I don't know. And as I said, I'm upstairs, so I can't go check for you. because if I go downstairs, Wilder will see me and he will throw a fit when I walk back upstairs. And another thing you'll see me do in each one of these Sunday prep videos, probably, is make hard-boiled eggs. Because I did not get to make hard-boiled eggs last Sunday for Sunday prep, we didn't have any through the week, and when you're used to having hard-boiled eggs through the week to send with lunch or snacks or whatever, it's kind of weird not to have them. So I went ahead and made, I got a box of a dozen out. One of the eggs was broken, so I only got to make 11, but hopefully that'll last us throughout the week. And I use my Instant Pot for this. Add 1 cup of water and hit the egg button. If you don't have an egg button, it's 5 minutes. And as soon as it's done, I release it and then transfer them to an ice bath, and they always come out perfect. So here I am making a fun dessert. I saw it on Pinterest and I was like, hey, that's simple enough. I have all that stuff, we'll make it. So you use 1 bag of semi-sweet chocolate chips and you just melt it in 30-second increments in the microwave until it's like melted completely. Spread it out on some parchment paper, and then you want to top it with pretzels, and then you top it with caramel, and then you top it with some sea salt, which I did not have, so I improvised and used pink Himalayan salt. And then you put it in the fridge, and I found that it wasn't getting all that cold and hard, so we ended up putting ours in the deep freezer, and then we break it up later. I don't know if I actually got a video of us breaking it up, but we did, and then we stored it in a glass container, and it's back in the fridge. So here's a look at that heaven. Oh my goodness, it is so good and so super simple. Again, super easy, really quick. So I went ahead and since I opened that bag of pretzels, I figured, hey, why not put them in these little snack bags? That way I can easily grab them for snacks, for lunches, whatever during the week. And so that's what I did. And now they're in the pantry ready to go. So here I am just transferring the eggs to the ice bath, and then you don't see me taking the Instant Pot out and washing it out because I'm about to turn around and use it again. So, who out there has a second Instant Pot insert? Because I'm thinking it might be useful on Sundays. I don't know. Like, I don't feel like I wouldn't use it enough maybe to justify getting one. I don't know. I would love to have one on Sundays, but I don't want to spend the money. So here I'm making beans for our dinner. This really doesn't have much to do with Sunday prep. We are having it for Sunday dinner, but I'm using my Instant Pot, my favorite tool in the kitchen almost. Probably, maybe, I don't know. It's very high up there. But I'm making white northern beans. So you just add 1 pound of beans. You add a tablespoon of onion powder and 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 1 to 2 teaspoons of salt, and you add 6 cups of water or chicken broth or whatever kind of broth you want. I didn't have any thawed or made or whatever ready to go, so I just added 6 cups of water, and then you put it on manual for 30 minutes, and then you let it naturally release for 20 minutes, and then drain the beans, and they're done. But we're using them for our dinner with a roasted chicken tonight to make bacon and herb white beans. Is that what they're called? White beans with bacon and herbs? I don't know. Something like that. They sound delicious, and I'm excited to have them. It is 5:05 right now on Sunday as I'm recording this. So as soon as I'm done recording this, I'm going downstairs to make dinner, and I'm stoked for these beans. Even my lovely man got involved here, and he wanted to make some sausage balls. So we went to Tennessee last weekend, and my cousins had these sausage balls that you can buy down there frozen, like already made, but I've never seen them before in our lives, so it must be a southern thing. I don't know. But you use a pound of sausage and 2 cups of baking mix, like Biscuits. We bought the great value kind, of course. And then you do maybe a cup of cheese or something. I don't know. You see him getting all fancy and measuring the cheese, like the weight of it. So it must have said a weight. You'll see later I'm making something that called for cheese measurement, and I'm just dumping, going with what I feel in my soul with the cheese. So yeah, you just add those, mix it together in your KitchenAid mixer, form some balls, and bake them at 375 for 20 minutes. And then those guys come out looking like this and tasting all heavenly, and oh my gosh, are they good. And there we go, put them in a bag. They're in the fridge ready to go. And then I also got the eggs peeled and put in a bag in the fridge as well. So here I'm just getting out mini bagels and just making some pizzas. I put them on 425 for 12 minutes, I think. I don't know, I didn't really watch the time. Just until they were done. And then I put those in a bag, and they're in the fridge as well with parchment paper between them. here is a wonderful new recipe. I already ate 2 pieces of this. Spoiler alert, they are phenomenal. They are peanut butter oatmeal breakfast blondies. So I doubled the recipe. I'll leave the link below. I'm gonna read the amount to you for just an 8x8 or a 9x9 pan, but you'll see me doubling it. One regular recipe calls for 1/3 of a cup of peanut butter, 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar, 2.5 tablespoons of butter, 1 egg, 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla, 1 very ripe banana, 1/3 cup of flour, 1/4 a teaspoon of baking soda, and 2/3 a cup of oats. And I figured, as much as my family loves all this peanut butter and blondies and oats, that 1 would not be enough, so that is why I did double it and I put it in a bigger pan. But you bake that at 350 for 20 minutes. And I definitely will be making this again. I really, really liked it. There are the pizzas fresh out of the oven, and here I am adding and crossing off stuff from my list, getting stuff done. And I found a Red Lobster biscuit recipe, but it's in loaf form, so I'm making that. And then there's a chicken. Gary actually put it in the crock pot. That's our dinner for Sunday night. So Red Lobster cheddar biscuits, recipe link down below. But phenomenal, amazing. We're having that for dinner tonight as well. 3 cups of flour, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1/8 a teaspoon of pepper, 4 ounces of cheddar cheese. This is where I was saying earlier that I was supposed to measure the cheddar cheese. I just dumped it on in there. 1 1/4 cup of milk, 3/4 cup of sour cream, 3 tablespoons of butter melted, and 1 egg lightly beaten. As you're watching this, you will see I forgot the butter. I made it in the microwave, and when I was mixing all this together, I completely forgot it. So you will not see me add it because I remembered right as I went to put this into the oven, I saw the butter sitting there. So as it was in the pan, I poured the butter over top and mixed it together in the pan. So I did add it before it got baked, but you just don't see me add it because I totally forgot. But anyway, you bake it 350 for 45 to 50 minutes, and you will drool when it comes out of the oven, I promise you. So when that's in there, that's when I took the butter and poured it over and just mixed it around. And I'm sure it's fine that way because it came out great. There are the peanut butter blondies. Here are the pizzas going into the fridge. There is my fridge stocked with peanut butter balls and sausage balls and eggs and pizzas. And then there I am showing you the beans and how good they came out. And when I opened them, Gary said, "Man, something smells really good." I said, "All I did was make beans." He said, "That's just the beans?" And I'm like, "Yeah, wait until dinner." So I drained them in a strainer, and then I waited for them to cool off, and I put them in a bag, and they're in the fridge until I go downstairs when I'm done with this video to make the bacon, white bean, and herb for dinner. So another thing that I'll make every Sunday is tea. But I only needed 1 gallon this time. Normally I make 2, but we still had 1 in the fridge, so I'll probably have to make 1 in another day or 2. So all that tea is done and ready to go for whenever Gary finishes his gallon of tea that is currently in the fridge. And here is the heaven of all heavens bread. Y'all make this. Simple, easy, delish. Look at that fabulousness. Highly recommend. So I got everything on my list. Some things I crossed off. I didn't need breakfast cookies or Nutella biscuits or smoothie packs or infused water because I didn't get some of the stuff that I needed for that. And all I have left to do is lunches, and I'm gonna go pack those and cook us some dinner. So thank you guys for watching, and give us a thumbs up, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and enjoy these other videos we have coming up for you. Also, you can turn on the red bell notifications so you're notified of every new video we post. Thank you so much.